I wasn't sure if I wanted to share this song originally when I wrote it because it's kind of embarrassing. There was a gal that I dated in college. She was, over the years we would stay friends, and every time we would hang out, I remember just, there was a connection there that I didn't have with anybody else. And it was a powerful thing. When I would see this gal, it would flip my world around a little bit. I decided at one point that I was gonna go on a mission. I was gonna find her and I was gonna tell her how I felt about her and put my cards on the table. My timing was not super great. I showed up the day before she was scheduled to graduate from the school that she was in, and she had an apartment in San Francisco waiting for her, as well as a job and her family and a boyfriend she was moving in with. But for one reason or another, it didn't stop me. I was on this epic mission and I decided that I was gonna go down and tell her how I felt, which I ended up doing. I did not get the girl, but I got a song out of it. This one is called Desperate Plea from the Heart of a Shithead. I find myself lost for the first time. All of the moments I had to myself, I now spend picturing you. But I am not cross, and this ain't a goodbye. I'm convinced that you one day will realize the pain that you're putting me through. Yeah, I worked on a farm, met a girl with a charm in the stable. We'd laugh all the time, drank our cranberry wine in a fable. And her lips tasted sweet, and I loved her as much as I was able. But I could not fall when I'd recall how when you and I'd walk down the street, the sky would tuck itself round our heads, and all of the people we'd meet would come to life in the story we'd set. And I just don't know when this will happen again. If you are not set intractably forward with your cool boyfriend, your job and your home, it's a 5-hour trip if you fly. You could come live with me down here in the basement. It's cold in winter, wet in the summer, but I know that we could get by. 'Cause I went into town, I met a girl in a gown at a bar. She was smart, talked about art, drank her champagne and ate caviar. We made love in the back of her stretch Cadillac fancy car. But I could not fall when I'd recall how when you and I figured it out, the time was just space for our breath. It would tangle and spiral and soar past the trees that all swayed around our heads. And I just don't know when this will happen again. If I could just say, I know I'm a shithead. I know it was me, it took off and left you, but I was just anxious and dumb. I don't know what I've learned. I still march to a dyslexic drummer. Maybe I just needed some time to myself to write all the songs that I've sung. Yeah, I traveled throughout this whole world, lived without and within. I read newspapers and books, learned how heroes and crooks lose and win. I even tried me some drugs, and I still ain't found love. Then again, I start to fall when I recall you and I standing alone, with the glowing sun closing its eyes, as we'd melt into one in the dark and make our own mountains and skies. And my beat-up guitar sounds like rain as it pours out the soul of the world, which is filled with regrets and mistakes, and the hearts of a fella and girl. And it all breathes in town to this song in flashes of blistering red. Here we'll find you wherever you are, wrap itself round both our heads, 'cause I just don't know when this will happen again.